Audible? Audible? Good morning, guys. Please come fast and settle down. Stop talking. Stop talking, everyone. Okay. So once again I'm repeating, please don't talk. Maintain silence. So once again, good morning to everyone. So let me introduce myself first. So today is our first SQL class for you guys. Okay. So I hope everyone are aware that what technology is going on, that nobody are blindly like one of the friend is going, so I also came behind them. You know, right, which technology? SQL. Yes? Okay. So my name is Blessina and I am working Blessina. Sorry? Huh? No, tell it loudly. I did not hear what you said. Nice name. Thank you so much. Okay. So, I'm working as a senior technical trainer in the TAP. So, from today, I will be handling your SQL sessions end to end. Okay. So, before we start up with the things, so there are few instructions I wanted to give you guys so that we can have a very smooth conversation or communication from both the sides, so that whatever the knowledge that I have gained in my experience, so that I can share you guys completely through the technology, which can help you guys definitely to get your first job in the IT industry. Okay, but when the session is going on in the class, from my side, I know as a student you will be having a lot of expectations from your trainer, that whatever we teach that it should be from the scratch, and whatever we teach that it should be properly conveyed to you with multiple examples and with real-time examples, all this. So this is a basic requirement or expectation that you guys will be having from your trainer. So whatever the expectations that you guys have, so I will give my 200% in that. And when it comes to me, I also have a basic requirements from you guys. First thing is, once you come into the class, please don't talk and waste your time, because time is very, very much important. Whatever has been done in the previous class, you have to sit and you have to go through that particular topics. And once I come here and once we start discussing technical concepts especially, I don't want you guys to talk and distract or disturb the other person also who is sitting beside you. I don't want, this is the first major thing that I am expecting from my side, and this is a basic requirement that every trainer has. So that is one I am expecting. And second thing, whenever we are discussing something in a class, my sessions will not only be present, okay, I'll come, I'll give a concepts and I'll go, definitely no. So we will also be discussing about an interview questions. When the topic is going on itself, like I will also tell you like what are the interview questions which has been asked. and that questions also every day we will be discussing in the class, so that you no need to go make some time and do research and collect the question papers and then frame an answers, not required. So I will only tell you in this topic, this is what the questions will be asked, and you prepare on them. You will perform good in your weekly test and you will perform well in your employability also. This is my guarantee. But those interview questions you have to prepare well. So this is how the sessions will be going on. And SQL sessions, let me tell, initial 4 to 5 classes, definitely fundamentals will be there. Definitely theory part is what will be there. Why? Because you guys are not trained, you guys are getting trained. So directly we cannot jump into the practicals. Basic foundation is very much important with respect to any technology that you learn. Not only today, tomorrow or next year, whenever you start with any technology, basic foundations are the prerequisites that which you should have, especially as a freshers. So that's why now only I am telling you guys, be mentally prepared with this 4 to 5 classes, because this is where you will get the clarity about your SQL. And without that clarity, if you are going and studying advanced topics and if you tell as you are a full stack trained candidate also, there won't be any value for that. Certificates, if you go outside, anybody will give you the certificates if you give 100, 200. But why did you come here? Is a major is not only for your certificate, it is to get a knowledge and to get a job. And without knowledge, there is no job. Don't think if you have a certificate, you get a job. That is an illusion. That is an illusion. Only which can get you the job is your own knowledge, that what you are gaining. And only this is what will help you after you get a job also. Not only before getting a job, after you get a job also. So that if any recession period is come, you will not be in that list if you have a knowledge. So focus only one thing that you should have in the sessions, that is get as much as information, get as much as knowledge. This is the only motive, this is the only thing you should have in your mind once you come and sit in the class. And this 3 months whatever that you will be spending in the tab, this will change your life, whether in positive or whether in negative. Whether you want to go in IT, whether you want to go in non-IT, this decides. Be very careful with every day that what you spend. Get some knowledge, that is what will be helping you. So once you come into the class, don't talk, don't waste time. Please take something and do the revisions on that. At least go through some interview questions. This is a basic expectation that I have from my side, from you guys. Remaining whatever that is required to you guys to get a job, I will make sure my 200% I will give you to share the complete knowledge what I gained in my 6 years. Completely. So be very active in the class. Respond. What respond you will do here, that much confident you will have when you go to interviews. So respond, be active. Don't get distracted, don't distract others. So this is a basic requirement that I have from my side. Okay, so fine then. So when the first major thing, it is about an SQL. Okay, and if you see very carefully that Java is going on to you guys. Yes, Java is going on, and now this is the second technology which is started to you guys, right? So see, keep in a mind always that being as a full stack developers, okay, and being as a Java trained candidates or a full stack trained candidates, whatever it is the title that you wanted to give, but title doesn't make any difference if you don't have knowledge, and title do make difference if you have a knowledge. Understand the difference between these two statements. Okay, so when it comes to SQL majorly about a database, I hope everyone would have been heard this word here or somewhere, whether you are from CS, non-CS, at least once you would have been heard in your life. Okay, see, now the market situation how it is there is, major requirements comes under Java developer, SQL developer, full stack developer. But one thing, if you go as an SQL developer, asking Java questions will be 50-50 because focus will be present on database completely or SQL completely. But if you go as a backend developer, if you go as a Java developer, or if you go as a full stack developer, always remember along with the Java, SQL also is equally important to you guys. Equally important. You go to the job portal, see any job profile that if you wanted, if a Java is included in 95% of the job description, SQL also is there. These are the two major technologies which are required for you guys to get a job in the IT. That is why as the second technology that immediately that SQL is getting started. So understand the importance of that. Okay. But in this sessions you will learn that what exactly being as a database developer you will be doing and how exactly the SQL will be helping it to you guys to crack up the interviews as well as to get a good positions or to get a good package or to get a good knowledge about what you are learning. Okay, so directly I will not tell you like what is SQL and how it will be all that. So all the sessions will be connected with each other. All sessions will be connected with each other, and SQL sessions I will not be taking like 30 days, 40 days, no. Maximum SQL classes you will be having 25 days. Maximum I am telling. But in that maximum duration, whatever the topics that we will be discussing, every topic is important for you. Because I have not included anything in the content or I have not included anything in this, for a sessions to you guys which is not required for an interview. So, since the duration is less, comparatively topics are less, the more advantage you have. So, utilize that advantage properly. Okay. So, I will not start with the directly like what is SQL, all that. Okay. So, let us try to understand about the basic. First thing I said, why is SQL you have to give equal importance is because basic requirement company wants. Clients are asking that a fresher should have a knowledge on the database, whether they are trained on database, whether they are trained on Java, whether they are trained on the full stack, that's a second thing. But being as a fresher, you should have a database knowledge. This is a direct statement from the IT industry. Okay, so first thing, let us understand and get more basics, foundations. Then you will understand how SQL will be helping and why you have to learn in SQL and what exactly you will be learning in an SQL. Okay. So now let us start with a basic kind of a story I can just tell right now because that is a one word that I can find as an appropriate now. So like a basic thing, like see whenever we are discussing something, always it will be better that if we are connecting that to the real time, because that is when you will remember it for a longer duration. Okay, just if we are telling one example and if we leave it, today you will remember, tomorrow you will forget it. But same thing when you start learning them as a story, as a concept, you will remember it for a longer duration. Okay, so that is what happens, right? What you will learn in the class today you will not remember, but same thing you watch a movie, after 1 year also you will tell what is the conclusion of that. Who is a hero, who killed whom? Okay, so all this you will tell, who is a director, who is a music director, all this you remember. Why? Because that is story, which you enjoy it. So like that, enjoy the concepts also and understand them as a real time. So you will not forget it for a longer duration. So that you don't need to waste time in putting all your time in revisions every time. That is the only thing behind this. Okay. Now, assume that, okay, we had a shop. Okay. You can see that shop is basically like nowadays, like we have a lot of malls we have. Okay, like we have a D-Mart, we have a Reliance Fresh, we have a Zudio, we have, so lot of things we have. Okay, if you want to buy something, like what you can do, you can go there, you can buy it, and nowadays like you have a lot kind of an options that where you are sitting only you can open your mobile phones, and what you can do, you can order whatever you want. This is a facility, this is an era that in which that we are currently. So as an human beings that we stopped giving work to our body. We stopped giving too much of work to our legs, to our brain. Everything is happening instantly now. But the major thing now is, if you want to appreciate that what you have in your hands now, you should know the value that what was there before. So now the generation is like that, everything is available to you guys in a seconds. Everything can come to the door and provide you the things. Everything, whatever you wish, it will come to your doorstep. But the same thing if we consider about the olden days, or same thing if you consider from your 15 years or 20 years back, that time, do you think that we had all this kind of facilities? You might think, ma'am, that time we did not have a proper mindset only. So how do we remember that how we had all this? But at least you would have been heard those days. We did not had anything. This is a general information which you guys should have being as an engineers. This is a basic general information. So all this internet, all these things that whatever we have now, whatever the applications that what we have now, the response that you are getting, the work that you are doing it in a minutes and in seconds, this was not how the things was going on before. Same thing, if you want to take anything, what you have to do? You have to go to the shop properly. You only have to walk. Whether let it be 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, what it is a manual task. So you have to go there. So here I am just taking an example of one bakery. Okay, so where you will get all the milk and the bread and all those things. So I am just taking one example of that. Okay, so in this, as I said, those days, like what they have to do is they have to go directly, whatever they wanted to buy, they have to tell it, and in every shop, one shopkeeper definitely will be there. Either it can be an owner or either it is a person that who is working there, can be there, but one shopkeeper will be there who will be taking care of all those things. And why that shopkeeper will be there is, he have to take care of the shop. If any customer is coming, he has to give what are the items that he requires. He has to provide what are the products they are asking, and at the same time, he has to take the money that what they are giving also, correct? So why do they keep all the shop, everything? To earn some money. Randomly they are not doing the seva to everyone, right? So what they want at the end, it's a business. It's about getting money. So all these things will be taken by whom? Will be taken by the shopkeeper. And what is the basic duty of that shopkeeper? To take care of the shop. Take care of the shop in the sense what and all will come. If any customer comes, whatever items he or she asks, he has to give. Once he has given, this is a major important work that he has to do is and write each and everything that whatever the items that he has given. Why? Because what if the customer takes the product and go, and tomorrow he comes and tell that no, you did not give me 3 kgs, I asked you 3 kgs, you did not give me, you gave me only 1 kg, so return my money. What is the proof that shopkeeper will have? This is what. And each and everything they used to do what? They used to write it manually. Whether that is 1 customer, whether that is 5 customers, 10 customer, doesn't matter. So what they have to do? They have to write it everything. And this is how business analyzations will happen. Today how many customers came? How many products has been sold out? What is the profit we have got today? How do they analyze it? By this only. And don't you think for every business analyzation is required? What is working, what is not working, what is the loss you are getting, what is the profit you are getting? Everything is important. And how do you get that? By maintaining all this kind of things. I do agree, nowadays nobody will sit and write all this manually. We have a lot of facilities we have come, but without facilities, this is how the actual things is happening. So as I said, so everything that whatever, so with that time and all, no computers, no systems, no iPads, no iPhones, nothing. What they have to do? Take one book and write it. And keep those books safe. This is how the process used to happen. Okay, and this is how the things were there, because that time no technology. If at all technology was there, we were not in those position to afford that technology and to use internet, to buy a computer. No. So like this, whichever customer comes, whatever the products they are taking, so what shopkeeper will do is every time that he has to make a note of it and maintain that in a rack in the book. Even now also if you see, go to any government office, go to PF office or go to any Aadhaar card office, you see still there are people who maintain in the book. You go to government schools, attendance, here I5 you take a scanner scan and you will scan your friends also. Not only yours, what you will do, you will take your friends also and you will come and scan and go. But there they have to see, okay, Ramya means where are you, get up, then present. This is how they used to do, and still there are government schools like that. So everything that whatever they have to write it, it's important for them to what? It's important for them to maintain. Why it's important for them to maintain all those things? That is what will give them the conclusion whether they have to run the shop or whether they have to close the shop. And problems will not come. As I said, what if the customer and tell you give me my money back? So all this is important. And this is how the shopkeeper, and this will be the duty of that particular shopkeeper, to maintain all these things in a book, write all those information, how many items he have given, what product he has given, what is the amount that he has took, so that everything he will be writing. And you can see here, every time, see, first one book he will use, and once that is completed, one more book he has to use. Once that is completed, one more book he has to use. And tell me, if one book is completed, do you think they will throw that book? They will throw that book? No. So they will have to keep it, because when the one customer comes and stands in front of a shop and do strike and fight that you gave me the milk which is not good, where completely water only is present in that, who knows? Do you think people will not do like that? Definitely they will do. Now only you see, we have Myntra, we have all those things. What girls we do? We order everything. And if you are not liking, exchange. Yes or no? Order, not like simply size is not fit, color is not good, I asked this came. This is what happens. So what they do is they maintain all proof. So this is how the things will be there. Okay. Now anyways, so this was everything that used to happen before all these technologies. So everything they have to write it manually, they have to maintain it. And do you think the shopkeeper life was very easy and was very happy to do all these things? Very easy? No. And this is how people used to actually work. But nowadays what you have is, if one program, prime number, ChatGPT. This is how. But actual thing is, that is how they used to do up all those things. Now fine, shopkeeper is there, written everything, he has maintained in the rack, everything, books, everything is there. Now you would have seen, right, a complete rack only is done. Once that complete rack is done, what he has to do? Get one more rack. Maintain again that books, write everything. This process is continued. Even today also it is continued only. But the thing is, approach is different, that's all. Approach is different, that's all. But the process is same. Why? Because all those things are important to analyze, to have a statistics. All this is majorly important. Okay, now assume that one rack was there, that is filled. One more rack keyboard, that is also filled. One more rack keyboard, that is also filled, because they will not throw them. They will not throw them, they will keep it. Now like that, if a full racks, if it is there, where he will keep products, where he will sit, where he will have. Leave about that one shop. What if the same shop is present in different locations? Yes or no? Nowadays only you see, if the business is going good, do you think that they will stop with one shop only? No, what they will do? Expand. In BTM one, in Jayanagar one, in Banshankari one, in Silkboard one. That is how expansion has to be done. Otherwise no value for your business. So assume that everywhere that books will be there, everywhere that racks will be there, in a different locations if it is there, and everywhere if they keep those racks in their shop only, where they will keep all those items. Can they keep all those items? No. That is when, after few days, I am just telling you the generation that how it has come. First thing is, they should have a racks, they will keep all those information, all those how many customers, products, everything there. Once that is done, once that expansion started happening, they cannot keep everything in their shop. Now you see the farmers only. Okay, they grow tomatoes, they grow wheat, paddy, all that. They will take all of them and keep their own house. Will they keep in their own house by taking all of them? No, what they will do? Separate place will be there for that, where they will collect everything from the different farms. They will go and keep it in one place. Similar to that only, as an expansion started happening, what people started doing is, they stopped keeping them in their own shops. They started maintaining a common place. Like how in our houses also, we have a kitchen. We'll be having all the products, items, everything. Extra what you will do? You will keep it in a storeroom. Extra also you will not bring and keep it in a kitchen, right? Will you keep it? No, it will be messy. So what you will do? You will keep it in a storeroom. Separate. Maintain it. You will safeguard it so that a cockroach should not go there. That is how we keep it in our house, correct? Similar way here, when they started, see here one rack, racks if you are taking, how many racks will be there? That is when what they have started after a few days is, they started making one common place, where whatever the books that you write, whatever technically, these books only are also called as registers. And take all of them and keep it in one place. You would have been seen a libraries. Yes? Wrong question I asked. Libraries. Have you gone at least once in your life? No? I know, you would have not gone for college only. So, libraries as an one example. If you go there, you can find multiple books there. Different books you can find. Like that, this is not a library. This technically called as a data warehouse. Being as a developers, if you want to give one name for that, what we have to call this as a data warehouse. What is actually present here? That information only, right? This is a customer, this is the item, this is the price. So what is there? All this is a data basically. What is this? All this is a data basically. So everything they started gathering and everything they are keeping in one place. So for us it is a data warehouse. For a non-technical people it can be a storage room. For non-technical people it can be a godown. For non-technical people it can be as what as a separate room where all your junks you keep in that. Perspectives are different, terminologies are different, but being as a developer what you need to call this as? Data warehouse. I can tell you other terminologies also, but that is not appropriate for you guys. So use a proper word as what? As a data warehouse. Data warehouse is a place that where a complete information, whatever you would have been maintained, will be present in one place. Tell me what is an advantage of doing up like this as a separate data warehouse, keeping all those information. What is the use of this? What are the advantages you can find if we are doing this approach? First thing is space. Okay, you no need to keep it in your own shop, so space can be saved generally. Next thing is, assume for all this shop, owner is different. Now what will be the task of owner? From morning till evening he will be at home only. But evening he will come and he will take an updates from every shop. How many items did you sold? What is the amount that you have got today? You give me the calculation, you show me the bills. He will ask. If it is present in different locations, should the owner travel to the different locations? What he can do? He can directly come to the data warehouse. You don't need to go to different locations because everything you can find it in one place. Even you also, if you want something, what you can do? You don't need to go to different locations. What you can do? You can go and find it in one place, which is more efficient. Finding everything in one place or going to the different location and finding for an information. Finding it in one place. So this is how, but along with this there were some other disadvantages also. What is those disadvantages? That if you ask me, that all this, why exactly they are writing, why exactly they are maintaining is because all this is important. As I said, one perspective is business perspective. We have to maintain all these things. If we are not maintaining all this, we cannot run the business. We cannot analyze whether a company is going a loss or company is going in a profit. We cannot analyze it if these things are not there. And what if the customer comes and give you 500 but the shopkeeper takes 400, keep it in pocket and keep 100 there? All this will happen. That's why this is important to maintain. This is just one bakery I have taken, but currently if you see also from that era to this era, maintaining all this is important. Example, you came to the TAP Academy, you paid a fees. Did we not note it? Yes or no? Did we not give you the payment slip, that whatever the amount that you have been paid? Did we not store that? We have done. Why? Because tomorrow we should not come and ask you that you did not pay the fees, you are not allowed to come and sit in a class. Tomorrow you should not come and tell that I paid 30k or I paid 50k. Both the ways it's a conflict only. That's why what we do, maintain that correct information so that it will not create any problems in the world. It is not only about just one bakery. You take organization, you take an institutes, you take a companies, you take a hotels, you take an hospitals, you take a college, everywhere this is done. Everywhere this is done. Because that is important. And whatever we are doing here also what it is important. But approaches are different, that's all. Back 20 to 15 years or 30 years, this is the approach they were following. But here, what is the disadvantage do you think? Advantages I said. What I said? Space. Owner can go to one place and find all those information. I said, what can be the disadvantage do you think? Huh? First thing, if you ask me, this is not safe. First thing, if you ask me, for years you would have been written everything, but this is not safe. Why? Because this is a books, right? Yes or no? You save it how much ever you want, but after some years, the pages will start getting shaded automatically. Automatically the pages will start getting shaded. Then how can we tell that it is a safe? Is it a safe? No. And before and all, if you nowadays fire accidents are very less comparatively I am talking. But those, if you go back to the olden days, all that fire accidents used to happen a lot. Whether it was happening accidentally or whether someone wantedly do it, that's a secondary, but fire accidents used to happen a lot. So what if that fire catches here? What if there is a competitor for this owner and he did not like that he is earning so much and is growing in life and he got jealousy and one day he comes here and what he does is spoil everything. Without this, can he get a clarity? Customers, what items they are liking most? Nowadays, if you see, go and do one search in the Google. Automatically, after that minute only, it will only start giving you suggestion. You no need to go or search also. How it is? It's your brain. You have done it. But how do they know? Because they are collecting those information. Because they wanted to read people's mind. That is why they are getting success. They are understanding what is your requirement. They are understanding what you want. They are understanding in what you are interested more. And that is how they are modifying their applications. That is how they are bringing up the things to the market. And that is how they are getting success. So, what is this? This is not at all completely safe. First thing, a disadvantage that what we can tell is, whatever information you are maintaining here, it is not permanently saved. There is no guarantee for this. Second thing is, what if tomorrow one customer comes, owner only comes, you think. He wanted to see some detail of a customer. He is a very big party, a very rich party. He has taken a lot of items. He wanted to just see that how much money that he has paid and how much balance that he has to pay. What the shopkeeper should do? Go to the shop, find each and every book. And what he has to do? If he find book also, what he has to do? Turn the pages and check where that information is written. If that is the case, for how many years he has to get that information? You cannot wait for 5 minutes only if you don't get a reply from a Slack. Immediately messages would have been got for every same message. Copy paste. So do you think that we have so much of patience to wait? No. So second thing is, if you want to go and get some information, this is not efficient. This is time consuming a lot. This is why in those days and all, if one application if you give, they will tell come next week, come next week, come next. Now they will sit and they will give. If they tell come next week, come next week. So there are two problems here, or disadvantages I can tell. What are those disadvantages? One is it is not permanent. Second thing is it is not efficient. If any information that if you wanted to gather. Okay, so this is how, like suppose if any fire accidents of anything happens. So disadvantage, one thing is risk. Okay, so if anything, so resistor, whatever that you write here, so there is a possibility that shades can happen. There is a possibility that data can get vanished or pages can be torn. And the second thing, the most important thing is time consuming it is. If you want any information to be taken, what you have to do? You have to go find which page is that, and then only what you can do is you can get that particular information. So these are the two major disadvantages that which we had of maintaining those particular information. Now you might have a question, how all this is related to an SQL? Yes or no? How all this maintaining all this, how this is related to SQL, you can think it. But this is only a major part for you guys in an SQL. That is, whatever that we have written here basically, that information is what that we will be maintaining as a database developers. What is our task here? Maintaining those information. Maintaining what? Maintaining in the sense what and all? Two things will come. What will come? One is keeping those information safely. Second thing is taking that information efficiently whenever it is required. That is a major duty of our developers. So in those it was not there, but now it is there, and that is taken care by whom? Not shopkeeper, not shop owner, it is by a developers. And this is what you will do, because this is important. Without that information you cannot run a company. Google now it is on the top, and that company has every information about us. What password you have given, how many times did you repeat a song and did you hear, what are the area of the interest, what are you watching very frequently. Everything is under them. So who is doing all that there? A shopkeeper? No, who is that? Developers. Because that plays a very crucial part for a business or for any company, for any purpose you take. This is very important to the world. That is what we will be doing. We will be saving that, we will be getting it whenever we want it efficiently. But directly we cannot do it, right? Some other should be there which can help us to do all this particular task. Okay, so this is a major thing. Being as a developer, you will be still, I am telling as a developer you have to do it, but still we did not bring up like why is SQL and how it will be helping. How it will helping also you will get an answer for that. But what is a major thing you will be doing in this particular sessions, and what is a major role of you as a being as a developer, full stack developer, is to maintain all these things safely. This is what profiles you have. Data analyst. You know, data analyst is getting paid a double now. Minimum package for a data analyst is 8 LPA and 8 plus. Because without this, other things will not happen. Other things will definitely will not happen. Okay, so that's why understand the process of all these particular things. So now these are the disadvantages. Nowadays we will not do all these things, because now we have a lot of technologies, lot of facilities, we have lot of things that we have come. That's why this approach is still going on in few places. I'll not tell that this is completely stopped. Still it is going on, but major areas, if you see 95%, everyone stopped going for this particular approach. Then, how exactly the things will be happening? As an example, if I take. Now, before only I said you one point. Now, if you want to buy one bread, they'll not go for the shop. Only few people will go. But what you will do? You will order. Zepto you have and lot of things that you have, that what you can do is you can order and they will be delivering you at your doorstep. Not only that, if you see, there are multiple things. If you want to buy one cloth, if you want to buy any ornaments, if you want to buy one bottle, or if you want to buy any laptop, if you want to buy any mobile phone, at last if you want to buy a medicine, also you can do it very easily. But do you think that without maintaining anything, without noting down all those things, they will provide you the medicine, they will send you the clothes, they will send you the bread and butter, they will send you? No. But in these things what happens is, only one change is they don't do it manually. They don't do it manually. For that only a lot of technologies has come into the picture. Okay, as an example, if you take as a Myntra only. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you will be having here. You can go there, you can scroll whatever you want, whatever you like, you can just click on that and immediately you can place an order and you can get it. And here if you see that I am going for the men's section, I am going on, and I will go with the shirt, t-shirt sections, and here you can see a lot of options, you will get it. Yes or no? And in this, how do you basically buy them? Do you directly see that model face and will you buy? Will you see a model face and you will buy? No, what you will do? Few people will be there, those are secondary. Okay, but generally I am telling what we do is, okay, when you see a shirt, is this color suits me or no? And before that what you will do? You will check what brand it is, what price it is, how much discount they are providing you, what are the sizes that are available there, and whether this is a chiffon or a cotton, whatever it is. So everything, don't you think it is available here? And all these things, do you think that they are writing it as soon as you open the application? No, all these are predefined. Already everything is there. What just you will do, go and do? You will go and pick whatever you want. If one item, if you wanted to pick it from here, what and all you will see? What is the name of that? Okay, what type of it? What is the price of that? And most importantly, sometimes we see a ratings also. What is the rating that the particular product has? That also we see. And price we see. Discount we see. And don't you think all this is also an information which they are providing it to you, what the shopkeeper has written? But only difference is what? They are not writing, they are showcasing you directly. So if you take this as a Myntra application, Do you think only t-shirts are there? Only t-shirts are available here? No. You have accessories, you have gadgets, you have a separate segregation for women also you have, for men you have, for kids you have, and in that also segregations you have. Whether you want to buy a kurtas, whether you want to buy a t-shirts, whether you want to buy a shoes, you want to buy a bags, segregations are there. So this everything if I see, do I have only one product or will I have multiple items and products? Only one item or product or multiple? So we will be having what? We will be having multiple. So basic things like it will be there. So if I consider as a product, okay, only products I am taking, what and all you will be seeing, what and all you are visible to you, one name will be there, one description will be there, one price will be there and one rating. Like this other also are there, but I am just taking only this. And all this is also is maintained only. It is maintained, that is why it is visible to you. It is visible, that is how that you are purchasing. So everything what it is, everything is connected with each other. So here first one I am taking here. So here you can see that what and all I have here is name I will be having. Okay, so next description also will be there, next price also will be there, and next what we will be having here, rating also will be there. And how you will buy the thing is by looking at all this only you will buy. Without looking at them you will not buy. What you will do? You will look at all those information and then only you will buy. So now tell me, how Myntra is running? By this or only by just customers? By this information or only by customers? Customers are coming because of this information. If you tell that I have an application, if you tell I have an application but I will not tell you what products you have, will you go and buy? When you will buy? When they give you all these details. And all these details are very clearly mentioned. That is why nowadays most of us use Myntra. And that is how the number of customers also is what has been increased. And if you observe very carefully, I just took one product name, description, price and rating. Yes? Tell me, only this will be there, like this multiple I will be having. Like this only one I will be having or multiple? So we will be having what? We will be having multiple. But only one part of that if you take, being as a database developer, you need to technically call that as a data. Whatever the word I was using as an information, whatever I said that they were writing, so all that technically what you have to call this as what? As a data. So now, from now on, you should not see this application just as one customer. You have to see this application as what? As one developer. So, for us as a developers, what is this? This is one data, a piece of information, a piece of data. So, like this, multiple datas are what? Multiple datas are maintained inside that particular thing. And all this is important to run Myntra. All these are important to improvise their business. All these ratings, everything they'll understand, okay, which product is good, which product is not good. How they will analyze? By ratings. So like this only what we will be having is, we will be having the multiple informations like this. Okay. So here as a customer if you see, it is just a piece of application, it is just a information, that's all. But as a developer if you see, what you have to call this one piece is, it is a data technically. But if you are including everything that whatever that is present in the Myntra in the entire application, you have to technically call that as what? As a database. So what you have to call that as what? As a database. You can see there is a customer perspective also and there is a developer perspective also. Just as a customer, for you it is just one product, it is just one item, it is just some information. But as a developer, for us, what is this? This is data and database. And this maintaining is what? Exactly done by us. Whatever they are doing at the back end, when you pay a money, storing it, and all this is done by whom? Done by the developers. So, what is data means? Basically, generally if I have to tell, data basically it is nothing but it is an information or it is a facts and figures which will be present in a small volume comparatively. For example, if I take one student information, I have to call that as what? As a data. And if I take 100 students of information, if I compare 100 with 100 will become as database, 1 will become as what? As a data. So these two terminologies you have to know being as a developers. And in every application you go and see, you go to the Google, you go to the Facebook, you go to the Instagram, everywhere you will find data and database. Without that you cannot see any applications. Show me one application that where data and database is not there. You go to college, data and database will be there. Which student, how many students, what they paid, teacher, semesters, everything will be there. You go to hospital, patients, doctors, staff, medicines, what are all these things? Data and database. So data is basically nothing but what? The facts and figures which will be present in small volume, comparatively small. Database is what? Same information only, but that will be present in a large. So these two terminologies, what you have to do is you have to know it. And this is what actually as a database developers we will be doing, that is maintaining the data and the database. And why it is important for us to maintain the data and the database. I already gave you a lot of examples, but still I wanted to get it from your side also. Tell me why we have to maintain, what is the importance of maintaining this data and database? What is the importance? You tell me one real-time importance of maintaining this data and database. You have to speak out. Tell me. Okay. One general example I'll give. You will go to hospital, okay, and think that you had some pain in your stomach and you went, okay. So what they have done is they will, what doctor basically will do, as soon as you come they will put injection to you. As soon as you come that they will take you to the operation theatre. What they will do, when you come, doctor will talk to you. He will ask generally, what's your name? What are you doing? Okay, so what are you doing? So what is a problem that you are facing? And if you see very carefully, he will be talking also, he will be writing also. Yes or no? So what he will be doing, he will be asking also and he will be writing. Why he will be writing? Because he has to maintain that. Because it is for him as a doctor, he is not only the one patient, he will be having multiple patients. If he is not writing, if it is not maintaining anything, do you think his brain is a computer that which can remember everything? No. Tomorrow if he has to give some treatment to him, they will not give you directly. What they will ask is, give that slip. Give your reports. In the reports, what will be there? Information. The data related to that person will be maintained, and based on that only the treatment will be given. And what if by chance the doctor has written a wrong information? What will happen? That is what I said. No, you got a stomach pain, you had one small stone in your kidney, and he has to remove that. Instead of writing kidney, he has written heart. And you went to operation theatre, all lights, doctors, everyone you are seeing, and you are thinking, I have only one small stone, right? Why there are so many doctors? And where they have to operate? Here. But where they will to cut? Here. And assume that after opening all the parts, they realized no, problem is not here. Do you think this mistakes has never happened? Do you think this mistakes has never happened? Happened or no? You feel good you are not in that list. But these things happens. Why it has happened, you tell me? It is because that doctor did not had a skill of doing an operation. No, why it has happened, tell me? What he has maintained is wrong. What he has written is wrong. If he would have written that properly, if he would have maintained it properly, do you think that problem would have come? No. This is why I tell, this is just not about the Myntra. This is just one example. If you look out the world, everything is currently running only by data and the database. It's only by what? By data and database. Initially, computers, that whatever we had, it was occupying the entire room. Now it is very light and weight, it's very compact, everything. Do you think if that was not implemented that time, would you have got that compact laptop? Would have got that compact laptop? No. And do you think that they have started implementing again from the scratch? No. Whatever they have maintained an information there while implementing that, they would have taken that and they would have been updated it. That is how the life is simple. Today also, if you go to the room and if you want to recall the concepts, what you will do? You will go and open your notes. And in the notes, what is present? Data. And that is what will help you to do what? To do the revisions. Once you get placed in the office, every day you have to, whether you work or no, it's a secondary. Important is log in, log out. And if that is not there, what they will do? They will not pay you. And what is that login and log out timings? That's the data, that's an information which they have to maintain. If they are not maintaining, they will come and tell only 15 days you have worked. You did not work for 30 days. Will you agree? And do you think the company can run like that? No. So, data is like asset to the world. And everything is running based on that data only, and this is why, and this database is actually maintained by the developers. And this is why that once you go to industry, once you go to any company, everywhere database will be there. If you see, few companies will work on Java projects, few companies will work on AI, ML, few of them will be working on C, C++, embedding systems, all that. But if you see commonly, in every company database will be there. What will be there in every company? Database will be there. This is why as a freshers, database developer, what you will be doing is you will be maintaining all this. This is why to whichever interviews you go, definitely the common questions, a common technology will be what will be your database. So here only two things you will do. What two things you will do is you will be storing up this data permanently somewhere and you will be fetching up that data efficiently whenever it is required. This is the only two tasks that you will do. Apart from that, there is no job. But doing this only is a big challenge because everything is dependent on who are maintaining that. If one small mistake, if it has happened also, there are multiple things which can go wrong, which can affect the hospitals, which can affect the banks, which can affect the institutes, colleges, everything can be affected. So this is a major thing that what you will be learning in your database classes and again in your SQL classes. Okay, so how can we maintain all this 2 points I said management? What are those 2 points? Management means what? 2 points. What are those management? Storing the data permanently. Second thing is fetching the data efficiently. Again, storing the data permanently should be the correct, not something whatever you want. It should be what it should be correct. If you are not maintaining, what will happen? Nothing can run smoothly in the world. If you want the things to run smoothly, you have to maintain it properly and correctly. And this is a task that which you will be doing. Okay, so now, so how we can store all these things permanently is the only one thing. So tell me, how can you store your data permanently? Now you tell me. By this era you tell me. How you can store your data or database everything permanently? By computer. In that you have one memory called as what? As an hard disk. Yes? So now few people also will be thinking, ma'am, we have a cloud, that, this, all that, but cloud if you wanted to use and maintain, you have to pay in dollars. And every company knows that freshers cannot afford to buy a cloud and maintain all these things. So that's why they will be asking and they will be telling you to use what? To use a computer. And in that which one they will ask you to use a hard disk. That is a place that where you can store your data permanently. So now the task, what is the task if you have to do? Whatever we have written in the registers, whatever we have maintained in the register, we should not do like this. What we have to do? Take all this and store it in where? Store it permanently in one place. And which that place will be there? That place will be there and hard disk. So whatever information they would use to write it manually, whatever information is there, that everything what they have to do, they have to pass it to what? Pass it to an hard disk. Yes or no? Then only everything can be stored permanently. Then only we can fetch it whenever we want it also. But tell me, these things can we do it directly by removing all the hard disk parts, everything? Can we tell name go and sit there? Item go and sit there, price go and sit there, remove all the parts of a computer, hard disk and put everything manually? No. So what we want here? We want one intermediate person. And that intermediate person, what he has to do? He has to collect all the information from the registers, whichever you have in your mind or a paper, whatever it is, and take that and store it permanently where? In your hard disk. And that intermediate person, that whatever we talk, who will be exactly doing this particular operation, they only technically that we will be calling them as a software. What we will be calling that intermediate person as? Software. Now in your computer, if you want to run one Java program also without a software, is that is possible? Without a software, is that is possible? No. Why software? Because they are the intermediate person who is helping you to achieve. to get whatever that is required. So what we want here, basically one intermediate person, and that intermediate person technically called as what? As a software. And we have multiple softwares. Can we pick the software whatever we want to do this task? Can we pick whatever the softwares that we want to do this particular task? No. We have to choose one specific software. We have to choose an appropriate software which can do this particular task for us properly. Who can do this particular task properly. So, we need such a software who actually can manage our data and database. So, management means what again? 2 points. Storing the data permanently and fetching the data efficiently. So, we need such a software which actually does what? Does the management. And management of what? Data and database. Data will be present in small volume, database will be present in large volume comparatively. So, should I focus only on data part or should I focus on database part? So, we have to focus on the database part, because if small it is there, I can do however I want. But if it is huge only, what happens? It's very difficult to maintain up the things. So that's why we need to get a software management which will do of what? Of the database. This is how that the most important thing has come into your picture, which is nothing but the database management system or a software. How many of you guys have heard this word before? How many of you guys have heard this before? DBMS, heard? Database Management System. How many of you guys are from CS? CS. Now you are confused with your branch only. His friend is telling no EC. Okay. Non-CSIS. See how confidently they raise their hands. Even you guys also heard about DBMS? Yes? But do you know what exactly it will do? Do you guys know what exactly it will do? Don't worry, CS also don't know. They've just heard the word, that's all. But they don't know what is inside that. Tell me anyone, CS student, what is DBMS? Wow, very good, very good. This is like if burger, if they keep in front of you, if they ask what is this? Bread. Apart from that statement, do you guys know anything? Apart from database, that is also is displayed here only. Storing? Relational. This relation is different. Huh? Tables. Then? Okay, then? Fine. Listen. DBMS, always remember, if someone asks you this question in the interviews, what is DBMS? Don't just tell database management system and come from there. Again, you will not go back there. You have to tell what it is for sure. I am not telling don't tell what it stands for. You have to tell database, DBMS stands for database management system. That point anybody can tell who is not trained also. Remember this point. That can be said by a non-trained candidate also will tell. But then what is the difference between a trained and non-trained? So, first thing is DBMS stands for database management system or a software, and DBMS actually came into the picture to manage the data and the database. And management is nothing but storing the facts and figures or storing the data permanently and fetching the data efficiently. You need to include all these particular points. And there are a lot of things you will understand in this, but understand the points till here. Okay. Now, DBMS we have, okay. When the DBMS is basically software right now, understand only that much. Software right now, understand. Where usually your softwares will be present in the RAM. Why? Because execution, if it should happen, where your software should be there? It should be present in the RAM. Even though it is stored permanently in a hard disk, a copy of that should definitely be present in the RAM. Okay. Now we have stored, we have that DBMS here. Now what this person will be doing? Managing. Managing means what? Taking that and storing that in the hard disk, and whenever it is required, giving us back what is required. This person should do that duty. And do you think softwares will do it by themselves? Softwares everything will do by themselves. No, what you have to do? You have to provide an instructions. You have to tell as a developer as what as you take this, you put this, you give to me. You have to provide what you have to provide an instructions. If you are not giving an instructions, it will not do any task by itself. And again, if you want to give an instruction to that person, do you think in whichever language you want you can give? Do you think in whichever language you want you can give it? He will not understand. See, even here also we can talk in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, we can talk it. But why do we use English? Because this is a common which is understood by everyone. Similarly, if a DBMS has to do a task, you need to convey to that in which that it can understand. So, we need one specific language that where that language is understood by your DBMS and where it will be performing the task and the requirements that whatever you want. And we will take it, we will store it. Tell me, do you want to store however you want? Do you want to store it however you want? No. So, proper thing has to be maintained. That proper thing only technically we tell it as what? As a structured. If you are maintaining your facts and figures, if you have the data in a proper structured way only, you can put it properly and you can take it properly. Otherwise, it is not possible. So, we need one language, and that has to store the facts and figures how? In the structured way. And whatever I am telling here, you put this, you take this, this is what technically is called as a query. Instructions. But instructions is a normal word. Instruction is a general word. But technically what it is called as a query. Here is where the language, which is nothing but an SQL or a structured query language, comes into the picture. So now tell me, you will learn DBMS or you will learn SQL? You have to learn SQL. Why SQL you have to learn? Why SQL you have to learn? To provide an instructions to your software. To manage your data, to manage your database. So, instructions cannot be given directly. If instructions has to be given, he should understand it, and he understands one language. What is that language? Structured query language. This is why you are learning SQL. Because our main motive is what? To manage the data and database. And for that one software is required. And that software understands which language? Structured query language. If you want to talk with him, if you want to communicate with him, if you want him to make work, first you have to know that language. Without knowing that language, can you provide any instructions to him? No. If you are not providing any instructions to him in which he understands, will he do a work? No. So that is why what you will be doing here is you will be learning this language. Why you will be learning this language is very simple, to manage your data and the database. And I hope you understood why it is important to manage also. All real-time examples I have given. And this is a major task of the database developer or a full stack developer also, or as an SQL developer also. And this is why to whichever company you go, in whichever job description, if you see, definitely there will be one language along with other, that is what, that is an SQL. I hope you understood why you will be learning SQL and how it will be helping you also. Without learning this, you cannot manage. If you are not managing, you are not called as a full stack developer, or you are not called as a database developer. I hope this is clear. Okay, and there are different parts in that. That connectivity we'll see. Okay, but I don't want to push everything today. So today what basically you have to keep in your mind is data, database, DBMS and SQL. Please remember these 4 things, because these 4 things are a root elements for your language. And without having this knowledge, what exactly you will be doing up in the entire SQL, you cannot do the task. What exactly you will be doing in your entire SQL is only 2 things: storing your data permanently and fetching your data efficiently. How you are doing that? By using one software. And that software will do it by what? By a language. And that is what you have to learn. I hope I am clear with these points. Okay, remaining there are more important points which are there. That part we'll discuss in the tomorrow's session. Okay, so please do the revisions and come for the next class. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you everyone. Thank you. Was it okay, Agnishri? We will check it out online. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you online students. Hope you guys understood it. Okay. Thank you everyone.